My beloved child. A moment unlike any other is beginning to unfold around you. There is something in the air that feels different, something that cannot be explained with ordinary words. Someone special has been carrying thoughts, feelings, and reflections for longer than you realize, and now a change is taking place behind the scenes. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You may have noticed small signs recently. Certain memories appearing in your mind without warning. Certain names crossing your path. Certain feelings returning when you least expected them. What if these moments were not random? What if they were pieces of a much larger picture that is only now starting to reveal itself? Listen carefully because this message is connected to the title in a powerful way. Someone special may have important news to share. This is not about fear. This is not about uncertainty. This is about a moment of realization that has been growing quietly, hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the right time to emerge. For a long time, this person has been observing life from a distance. They have been thinking deeply about decisions, possibilities, and conversations that matter more than they have ever admitted. While you were moving forward, focusing on your own path, something was changing inside them. Day by day, thought by thought, a new understanding was forming. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason you were guided to this video today. There is a reason these words are reaching you right now. The timing is not ordinary. The timing carries significance. Sometimes life prepares a message long before it delivers it. Sometimes answers begin their journey before the questions are even asked. The surprising truth is that this person may have been searching for the right words. Not because the message is small, but because the message is meaningful. Some news cannot be rushed. Some conversations require courage. Some truths require patience before they can finally be spoken aloud. And here is what makes this moment so remarkable. The news they may wish to share is connected to clarity. Clarity about what matters. Clarity about what has value. Clarity about connections that continue to remain important despite time, distance, or changing circumstances. Think about that for a moment. In a world filled with distractions, how rare is it for someone to arrive at genuine clarity? How rare is it for someone to pause, reflect, and realize what truly deserves their attention? Yet that is exactly what appears to be happening. There are things this person once overlooked. There are things they once misunderstood. There are things they once viewed through a different lens. But growth changes perspective. Experience changes understanding. Time has a way of revealing truths that cannot be seen in a hurry. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter of this story begins with a realization. A realization so simple that many people miss it. The most meaningful messages are often not the loudest. They are not always announced with great fanfare. Sometimes they arrive quietly. Sometimes they begin with a single sentence. Sometimes they begin with a conversation that changes everything. And that is why you must pay attention. Because there is a strong possibility that someone special is preparing to step forward with something they have wanted to express for quite some time. Whether it is an update, a realization, a decision, or a heartfelt truth, the energy surrounding this moment points toward movement rather than silence. For too long, uncertainty occupied the space where communication should have existed. For too long, questions remained unanswered. For too long, possibilities remained hidden beneath hesitation. But now the atmosphere is changing. Imagine standing at the edge of a sunrise. The darkness does not disappear all at once. It fades gradually. Light begins with a small glow on the horizon. Then that glow grows stronger until the entire landscape is transformed. Something similar may be happening here. A new understanding is approaching. A new conversation is approaching. A new opportunity to see things differently is approaching. And here is the shocking part. The person connected to this message may not even realize how much impact their words could have. They may believe their message is simple. They may believe it is ordinary. Yet what seems ordinary to one person can be extraordinary to another. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a hidden lesson in all of this. Life often works behind the scenes long before visible results appear. Seeds grow beneath the soil before anyone sees a single leaf. Rivers carve pathways through stone long before anyone notices the change. In the same way, important conversations often begin long before the first words are spoken. The preparation has already started. The reflection has already started. The realization has already started. Now the story is moving closer to the moment when everything becomes visible. As you continue listening, remember this: not every delay means denial. Not every silence means absence. Sometimes a pause is simply preparation. Sometimes waiting creates the exact conditions needed for something meaningful to emerge. That is why this message feels so important. Because the signs point toward movement. The signs point toward communication. The signs point toward a moment that has been developing for longer than anyone realizes. Keep your attention here. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next part of this journey reveals why this person's thoughts have become stronger than ever before and what may be encouraging them to finally share the news they have been carrying inside. A remarkable shift is taking place right now, and very few people can sense it. Yet somehow, you were led here at exactly the right moment. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person connected to this message has been carrying a realization that continues to grow stronger every day. At first, they tried to ignore it. They told themselves they would think about it later. They convinced themselves there was no urgency. But the more they tried to push it aside, the more impossible it became to forget. That is where the story becomes truly fascinating. Because sometimes life places a thought into someone's heart that refuses to disappear. No matter how busy they become. No matter how many distractions surround them. No matter how much time passes. The thought remains. And that is exactly what appears to be happening. Someone special may have important news to share, and the reason is far more surprising than most people expect. The message they may be preparing to reveal did not appear overnight. It developed through countless moments of reflection, observation, and understanding. Think about this carefully. How many times has someone looked back and realized that the answer had been in front of them all along? How many times has clarity arrived only after confusion finally faded away? How many times has a simple realization changed the direction of an entire chapter? Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is an invisible turning point hidden inside every meaningful story. Most people never notice it while it is happening. They only recognize it later when they look back and connect the pieces. The person connected to this message may be standing at that turning point right now. A realization has been forming. A decision has been strengthening. A message has been preparing itself. And every passing day seems to bring them closer to expressing what has been resting on their mind. What makes this moment extraordinary is that the timing feels different. Not yesterday. Not months ago. Now. Something about the present moment carries momentum. Something about the present moment feels ready. Something about the present moment suggests movement where there was once hesitation. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine hearing news that suddenly explains things you never fully understood before. Imagine receiving words that connect pieces of a puzzle you thought would remain unfinished forever. That is why this moment matters. Because meaningful news is not always about dramatic events. Sometimes the most powerful message is a truth finally spoken. Sometimes the greatest surprise is clarity itself. And here comes the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. The person connected to this message may have discovered something important about what truly matters to them. They may have reached a level of understanding they did not possess before. They may have finally recognized the value of something they once overlooked. That realization has power. It changes perspective. It changes priorities. It changes actions. And when perspective changes, communication often follows. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For a long time, this individual may have been waiting for the perfect moment. Yet perfection rarely arrives. Eventually, people reach a point where they realize that honesty matters more than perfect timing. That realization can transform everything. Suddenly, words that remained unspoken begin searching for a voice. Suddenly, thoughts that remained hidden begin searching for expression. Suddenly, possibilities that seemed distant begin moving closer. Can you feel the energy of that shift? Because it is not the energy of endings. It is the energy of beginnings. The beginning of clarity. The beginning of communication. The beginning of a chapter that refuses to remain unwritten. And there is another detail you need to hear. The message this person may wish to share could be carrying far more meaning than even they realize. Sometimes people underestimate the importance of their own words. They fail to understand how deeply a message can resonate once it finally reaches its destination. But life understands. Timing understands. And the story unfolding here seems to be moving toward a moment of revelation. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Many people spend years searching for signs while overlooking the quiet transformations taking place behind the scenes. Yet the greatest changes often begin in silence. They begin in reflection. They begin in moments nobody else can see. That is why this situation feels so significant. The transformation has already started. The understanding has already started. The preparation has already started. Now all eyes turn toward what comes next. Because something important appears to be approaching. Something meaningful appears to be approaching. Something unforgettable appears to be approaching. And as this chapter continues, the clues become stronger than ever before. The next part reveals the surprising reason this person can no longer ignore what they have realized and why the news they may share could become one of the most memorable moments of this entire journey. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. An extraordinary truth is beginning to rise to the surface, and this is the part of the story where everything starts becoming impossible to ignore. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Someone special may have important news to share, but what makes this moment so powerful is not just the message itself. It is the journey that led them to it. For a long time, they may have believed they had plenty of time. Plenty of opportunities. Plenty of reasons to wait. Yet life has a remarkable way of showing people what truly matters when they least expect it. One day becomes another. Weeks become months. Moments become memories. And suddenly, a realization appears. A realization so strong that it refuses to remain hidden. That realization is what has been growing behind the scenes. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are certain moments in life that change everything, not because the world changes overnight, but because someone's perspective changes forever. The person connected to this message may have experienced exactly that. Perhaps they noticed something they had never noticed before. Perhaps they understood something they had never fully understood before. Perhaps they recognized a truth that had been quietly standing in front of them the entire time. And once that realization arrived, there was no returning to the old way of thinking. That is why this message feels different. That is why this moment feels important. That is why the energy surrounding this story feels stronger than ever. Because awareness creates momentum. And momentum creates action. The shocking revelation is that the news they may wish to share could have been forming for far longer than anyone realizes. Not days. Not weeks. Possibly much longer. Every reflection added another piece. Every lesson added another piece. Every memory added another piece. Until finally, the picture became impossible to ignore. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine holding a letter that took years to write, not because the words were difficult, but because the understanding behind those words needed time to develop. That is the feeling surrounding this message. Depth. Meaning. Purpose. This is not the energy of something random. This is the energy of something that has been building quietly beneath the surface. And now comes the part that few people expect. The person connected to this story may have reached a point where silence feels heavier than communication. Think about that. For so long, silence felt easier. For so long, waiting felt safer. For so long, hesitation felt comfortable. But now something has shifted. Now expression feels more important. Now honesty feels more important. Now clarity feels more important. That shift changes everything. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Many people spend their lives wondering, what if? What if they had spoken sooner? What if they had expressed themselves differently? What if they had trusted their understanding when it first appeared? But there comes a moment when questions begin demanding answers. The person connected to this message may be standing at that very moment right now. A crossroads between silence and communication. A crossroads between hesitation and action. A crossroads between uncertainty and clarity. And every sign points toward movement. Every sign points toward expression. Every sign points toward a message that wants to be heard. There is another reason this story feels so extraordinary. Because the news they may share is not simply about information. It is about realization. Realization has power. Realization creates change. Realization opens doors that once seemed invisible. The moment someone truly understands what matters, everything begins to look different. The future looks different. The present looks different. Even the past begins to make more sense. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What if the delay was never a mistake? What if the waiting period was actually preparation? What if every unanswered question was quietly leading toward a greater understanding? These possibilities are what make this chapter so fascinating. Because the closer we move toward the truth, the stronger the signs become. The clues are no longer subtle. The momentum is no longer weak. The energy is no longer standing still. Something is moving. Something is developing. Something is approaching. And that is why this part of the journey matters so much. The person connected to this story appears to be entering a phase where clarity outweighs confusion. Where understanding outweighs doubt. Where communication outweighs silence. That kind of transformation is rare. That kind of realization is unforgettable. That kind of moment can change an entire story. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the pieces continue coming together, one question remains. What exactly is encouraging this person to finally step forward? What exactly has convinced them that the time for waiting may be ending? And what incredible realization has become so powerful that it can no longer remain hidden? The next chapter reveals the strongest clue yet, and it may explain why this important news feels closer now than ever before. There is a reason the energy of this story keeps growing stronger with every passing moment. The closer we move toward the heart of the message, the clearer everything becomes. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Someone special may have important news to share, and what you are about to hear could be the most surprising part of this entire journey. The clues are no longer scattered. The signs are no longer distant. The picture is beginning to come together. For a long time, this person may have been collecting pieces of understanding without even realizing it. Small moments. Quiet reflections. Unexpected memories. Tiny realizations that seemed insignificant at first. But something extraordinary happened. Those small pieces began connecting. One realization led to another. One understanding led to another. One truth led to another. Until eventually, they found themselves standing in front of a conclusion they could no longer ignore. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Have you ever watched a puzzle come together? At first, nothing makes sense. Random pieces appear disconnected. The image remains hidden. Then suddenly, one piece locks into place. Then another. Then another. And before you know it, the entire picture becomes visible. That is the feeling surrounding this moment. The person connected to this message may finally be seeing the complete picture. And that changes everything. Because once someone sees the truth clearly, it becomes difficult to pretend they have not seen it. Once someone understands what matters, it becomes difficult to act as though nothing has changed. Once someone reaches clarity, communication often follows naturally. That is why this chapter feels so important. The story is moving. The energy is moving. The realization is moving. And all signs suggest that a meaningful message could be closer than ever before. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now here comes the revelation that makes this moment feel unforgettable. The person connected to this story may have discovered that some opportunities become more valuable with time, not less valuable. Most people assume the opposite. Most people believe value fades. Most people believe importance disappears. But sometimes the exact opposite happens. Sometimes reflection increases appreciation. Sometimes distance increases understanding. Sometimes time reveals what truly deserves attention. That realization may be one of the strongest reasons this person feels drawn toward communication. Because understanding has reached a level it never reached before. Awareness has reached a level it never reached before. Clarity has reached a level it never reached before. And when clarity becomes strong enough, action often follows. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine waking up one morning and suddenly understanding something that once seemed impossible to understand. Imagine realizing that the answer